Hey everybody, welcome back to Guideline Apostolic Ministries. I'm Pastor John Allen. It's interesting how that when the people of God were in the wilderness, I left Egypt, how that they never needed a pair of clothes, they never needed another pair of shoes. I'll show you what I'm saying is that, well, their clothes and their shoes grew as they got older. As they grew older, their shoes and their clothes grew with them. Now I'll bring down the scripture. This is Deuteronomy chapter 8, verses 1 through 4. And it says, "And all the commandments which I command thee this day shall you observe to do, you may live and multiply and go in and possess the land which the Lord sware unto your fathers. And thou shalt remember all the way which the Lord thy God led thee 40 years in the wilderness, to humble thee and to prove thee, to know that was in thine heart, whether thou wouldst keep his commandments or not. He humbled thee and suffered thee to hunger, and fed thee with manna which thou knewest not. He needed their fathers, that he might make thee known that man does not live by bread alone, but every word that proceeds out the mouth of God does man live." This is about the clothing. "Thy raiment waxed not old upon thee, neither did thy foot swell these 40 years. Well, there was no tailors and no type of clothing places in Israel as they wanted to do it, but God let their clothes grow with them. They weren't steady getting shoe size and updates. No, as they grew supernaturally, God let their shoes grow. Their clothes grew with them. That's how it is. So God was doing so many miraculous things then and now. But the whole thing was, I think it sums it up that God is able to keep us if we want to be kept. We start to lose God or leave God. Well, we lose the peace of God, the joy of God, the love of God, the blessing of God. So the farther you are from that flame of God, the colder you're going to get. So just come back to God, where the warmth is there. So that's what happens. And the peace that we got comes from God, but we leave God. The peace leaves us. The peace of God is with God. We leave God. Our peace goes with God, not us. We come from God, it goes back to God. So we get away from God. The peace, the joy, the love, the kindness, the comfort, they're going to leave us. And that's why we many times we're very cold and disheartened because we've left our place in God. But it's just like a car. If you're in reverse, just turn around and go forward. It's very simple, very simplistic. Let's not make it complicated. So for 40 years, Israelites were wandering in the wilderness. Basically, the reason they wanted 40 years because, number one, the older people were complaining and saying, hey, there wasn't no graves in Egypt. God brought us out to die, and they were complaining. God said, you know what? You all are not going to enter into the promised land, but your children are. So that one generation died out. And the young people, there's a whole new generation, that actually came about. So that first generation died out in the wilderness. 40 years wandering. Right. As I said in my other broadcast, it was like a 3.5-day journey, or 7 or 3.5-day journey. It was very short, but because of disobedience, because you go in the same circle over and over and over, and we see it in our lives. We see things in our life because we're not doing it God's way. We're 40 years in the wilderness over the same thing, over the same situation, and there's no growth. See, just because you got older does not denote growth. Okay, growth is growth. But when God does things, I mean, we do it in God's way, we'll grow. You say, man, it's like I'm going nowhere. Why am I not progressing? Why not got further than I should be? That's God. God is purposely holding you back. So why ain't I progressing? Because God is the one that prospers us. And sometimes we're not doing what God wants to do. He stops that progress. See what I'm saying? He'll stop that progress. It's contingent on God alone. If we get away from God, the promises start to wander. Okay? I mean, God's true and loving, yes. But the problem is not God, it's us. The problem only been us. The problem with us was the people. Their hearts wasn't right. They were steady complaining and mumbling and complaining the whole time. So God said, you know what? I'm going to kill that generation out. That generation's going to leave. I'm going to have another generation that's going to follow after that. So, I'll leave it at that. And I got to go. I'll see you next time. Okay, bye.